Good afternoon, and welcome to the Yale School of Music's 128th commencement. As we begin our ceremony, I am happy to greet those of you who are joining us online today, our exceptional graduates, our students and alumni, our distinguished faculty and dedicated staff, and the families, friends, and guests of the class of 2021. I would like to thank the students and faculty from our woodwind and brass studios for the prelude we heard earlier. These students and faculty have made music in spite of the near impossible conditions they faced this past year. I also want to thank Matt Lefevre and the media production team for partnering with Performance, for enabling us to have performance, especially in the Octet Suite. Today signals the end of an unprecedented academic year, and it begins a new chapter in the lives and careers of our graduating class. Many of you began your time at Yale as we embarked on the celebration of the 125th anniversary of the School of Music. But the year brought a pandemic, and with it the heartbreak, pain, and loss that accompanies cataclysmic events. You came here to discover and develop your distinctive musical voice as part of a vibrant community. And together we searched for solutions to the restrictive conditions the pandemic imposed, even when none seemed apparent. Through it all, you have persevered, and you have exhibited courage and compassion for your community. Today, we celebrate you not only for the musical accomplishments far beyond what you might have imagined 2 years ago, but for the extraordinary people you are. The invocation today is a poignant musical expression from the pen of our esteemed colleague and composer, Aaron J. Kernis. Elegy for Those We Lost gives voice to our collective grief as the COVID-19 virus terrorized our nation and the world. The final measures offer a sense of calm, and solace is found as the elegy concludes on a shimmering C major chord. The strings from the Yale Philharmonia, under the baton of Maestro Ungen, lead us in this profound utterance performed for no audience, but rather for all humankind. Join me now in our invocation. Amen. In a normal year, we would have gathered for our annual honors banquet and enjoyed a celebratory evening in which student prizes were awarded. Today, I am pleased to recognize excellence in our student body and announce this year's student prizes. In the brass and woodwinds category, the Thomas Daniel Neifinger Prize, which is awarded to a graduating student who has demonstrated the highest standard of excellence in woodwind playing, goes to Cameron Ross Cullen. The John Swallow Prize, which is given to an outstanding brass player whose artistry and dedication have contributed to the department, is awarded to Michael James Fleming. We have a few words of congratulation from Professor William Purvis.
Michael, you were chosen from among your awesome brass colleagues for your accomplished playing, as evidenced by your recent Total Tubist Award, but also for your important contributions to the brass community in organizing sectionals in the fall outside. Congratulations. Cameron, you were chosen for the Neifinger Prize for your thoughtful artistry and also virtuosity as a flutist. You have been a wonderful, understated leader of the winds during these most difficult times. Congratulations.
In the choral conducting category, the Robert Shaw Prize is given in honor of the renowned American choral conductor and awarded to a choral conducting major in the School of Music who was chosen for distinguished achievement by the choral conducting faculty. This year's Robert Shaw Prize goes to Joseph Larangis. Professor Jeffrey Dalma has a message for Joseph.
Joe, we congratulate you on all of your accomplishments over these past 2 years. We send you our heartfelt thanks for the many ways you have helped to sustain our choral communities here at Yale during this challenging time. And we look forward to all the ways you will greatly enrich the choral field in the years to come. Congratulations.
In the area of composition, the Woods Chandler Memorial Prize, which is awarded to the student who composed the best work in a larger form during the year, goes to Eli Greenhoe. The Rena Greenwald Memorial Prize, which is awarded to the student who composed the best work for piano during the year, goes to Joelle Thompson. The John Day Jackson Prize, which recognizes outstanding chamber music compositions written for strings with or without other instruments, is awarded to Linda K. Dallimore. The Francis E. Osborne Kellogg Memorial Prize, which recognizes the best composition written in a contrapuntal style, goes to Sumin Kim. And the Ezra Latterman Prize, which goes to the student who wrote the best composition for musical theater or voice, is awarded to Samantha Marie Wolfe. Professor Chris Theophanidis offers his congratulations to these recipients.
Hi, everyone. On behalf of myself and my colleagues in the composition department, we want to congratulate Linda, Eli, Joelle, Sumin, and Samantha on their prizes this year. You all are really an exceptional class of composers, each with a unique and beautiful voice, and we're honored to be able to award you these prizes this year. We wish you guys all a lifetime of vivid imagination and a path full of the possibilities that will allow that imagination to flourish. And remember, come back often. This is your home. Well done, everyone.
We have 2 awards in the organ area. The Charles Ives Prize, which is awarded to an outstanding organ major, goes to Matthew Ingwerson. And the Julia R. Sherman Memorial Prize for Excellence in Organ Playing is awarded to Clara Gerdes. Professor of Organ and Institute of Sacred Music Director Martin Jean has a message for our awardees.
Matthew Ingerson was a double major in piano and math at the University of Notre Dame before coming to Yale, but also an aspiring, brilliant young organist. He challenged himself here with new and difficult repertoire. Congratulations, Matthew. And Clara Gerdes is well on her way to becoming one of the leading lights in the organ world and in church music. She is a fiery virtuoso, an exquisite choral musician, and a person of deep faith. Congratulations, Clara, and good luck in all you do.
In the piano area, we have two prizes. The Charles S. Miller Prize, which is awarded to a gifted pianist who has done outstanding work during the first year of study, goes to Anthony Ratanoff. The Elizabeth Pariseau Prize, which is given to outstanding pianists at the School of Music, is awarded to Yichen Feng. Professor Boris Berman now greets our piano prize winners.
Anthony, you made a great progress in your piano playing this year, including solo, chamber, and collaborative repertoire. You gained respect by your colleagues. Congratulations. Yichen, you worked with seriousness and determination. Your progress has been recognized as you were admitted to our coveted Artist Diploma program. Have a great next year.
In the strings area, the Georgina Lucy Grosvenor Memorial Prize, which is awarded to the violist in the graduating class whose performances at Yale have exhibited the highest potential for success, either as a soloist or chamber musician, goes to Emma Wernick. The Aldo Pariseau Prize, which goes to gifted cellists who show promise for a concert career, is awarded to Jonah Ellsworth. And the Broadus Earl Prize, which is awarded to outstanding violinists in the School of Music, goes to Michael Patrick Ferry, Jeremy Lap Hei Hao, Bing Young Lee, Kyung Ah-oh, Hikaru Yonesaki, and Wei Xu. Here is Professor Annie Kavafian to congratulate the string students.
On behalf of the entire string department at YSM, I'm happy to congratulate all our wonderful prize winners. You have contributed so much to life at school, and we know you're going to make us proud as you go throughout your careers. And today, I'm also happy and thankful to the entire Yale community for making life what it is despite this most unusually difficult year. Thank you.
We have 3 awards in the area of voice. The David L. Kasdan Memorial Prize, which is awarded to an outstanding singer at the School of Music, goes to Martina Ardell Miskolid. The Smitri Deb Memorial Prize, which is given to an outstanding graduating singer who best reflects and exemplifies the ideals and values of Smitri Deb and her commitment to teaching low-income and underrepresented children, is awarded to Matthew C. Peterson. The Phyllis Curtin Career Entry Prize, which is given to a graduating voice student who demonstrates exceptional talent as an artist and promise for a professional career, is awarded to Ryan Matthew Caposo. Now we have a message from Professor Gerald Martin Moore.
Martina Miskolid, our beautiful Cenerentola, will join Montreal Opera this fall as a member of their Young Artist program. Matthew Peterson, whose passion for singing already embraces a love of teaching, and Ryan Caposo. Your incredible work ethic combined with your eagerness to explore new and challenging repertoire has yielded some remarkable vocal and artistic progress this year. Congratulations to all 3.
In the Doctor of Musical Arts program, the Friedman Thesis Prize for a DMA thesis notable for its distinguished research, original perspective, in-depth engagement with its subject, and well-crafted presentation, is awarded to Joseph Larengis. Professor Paul Berry has congratulatory words for Joseph.
Congratulations, Joe. When we first discussed possible thesis topics, I urged you to avoid Mongolian choral repertoire. Scores were inaccessible, cultural barriers loomed, doing justice to the music and the people who made it required a complex hybrid of analysis, musicology, and ethnography. You did it anyway. Thank you. No other thesis could have so powerfully demonstrated your sophistication as a writer, your experience as a singer and teacher, and your love for the not yet understood.
And now we come to the school-wide prizes. The Malcolm L. Mitchell and Donald M. Roberts Class of 1957 Prize is awarded to an outstanding graduate teaching artist in the Music in Schools initiative. This year's prize goes to Hikaru Yanasaki. The Philip F. Nelson Prize, which is given to a student whose musicianship is outstanding and who demonstrates curiosity, talent, and an entrepreneurial spirit in the many dimensions of the music profession, is awarded to Hannah Pauline Tarley. The Presser Foundation Music Award, which goes to an outstanding returning student to advance that student's music education, is awarded to Catherine Arndt. A new award this year, the Planck Music Residency, established by the estate of Yale alumnus Raymond Planck, is awarded to 2 students for distinguished achievement in their major. Each will complete a 2-week residency of independent work in the extraordinary setting of the UCross Foundation in Wyoming. The winners of this year's residency are Jonah Ellsworth and Joelle Thompson. The Yale School of Music Alumni Association Prize, which is given to graduating students who have excelled in their respective fields and also have made important contributions to the School of Music, is awarded to Shanae Lauren Anderson, Henry Bond, Ann Cho, Kevin Chow, Rihanna Lee Cockrell, Mariam Haji Aligal, Connor David Giovanni Holland, Beatrice Shi, Hesol Amy Her, Eleni Katz, Suman Kim, Amelia Bren Merriman, Catherine Francis Pollock, Marvin Wren, Alexa Steer, Mara Elizabeth Tuffy, Samantha Marie Wolf, and Seho Young. The tradition of awarding 3 prizes at commencement goes back many years, and it is a time we all anticipate in this ceremony. I'm delighted to award these prizes today. This year's Harriet Gibbs Fox Memorial Prize, which is given to a student who has achieved the highest grade point average during the student's first year at the School of Music, goes to Magdalena Kuzma. The Horatio Parker Memorial Prize is given each year to a student whom the faculty believes has best fulfilled Dean Horatio Parker's lofty musical ideals. This year, the Parker Prize is awarded to Nikki Pett. The 2021 Dean's Prize, the school's highest excellence award, is given to a member of the graduating class whom I select in consultation with our faculty. This year's Dean's Prize is awarded to Ryan Tani. And to all of you who have won prizes at the School of Music and at the Institute of Sacred Music, we offer you our heartfelt congratulations. Please join me wherever you are in congratulating these students on their impressive accomplishments. The Dean traditionally offers a charge to the graduating class, and this morning I want to talk just briefly about a very timely topic for all of us. The seismic quake and aftershocks of the pandemic have wreaked havoc throughout the world. As we in America now receive encouraging news about returning to, quote, normal, end quote, the citizens of India and Japan, along with many others across the globe, grapple with the darkness that this country owned only a half year ago. And we must not forget or diminish the impact of several other pandemic-like conditions that will also require years and years of recovery. Among them are America's systemic racism and hate crimes, the economic plight and abject poverty faced by far more than half the world's population, a willingness by many to support dictators and authoritarian governments, the moral decay of our elected leaders who lie and boldly propagate their lies in order to retain their power and acquire wealth, and an immigration policy that could be described as one which tragically deletes the inscription on the base of the Statue of Liberty. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. These conditions and others complicate the choices before us about recovery, and indeed what recovery actually means in terms of how we live our lives, how we find purpose and meaning. The granite foundation for living life fully is readily seen in the expression of the eminent Austrian neurologist, psychiatrist, and philosopher, Viktor E. Frankl. He says, and I quote, "Everything can be taken from us but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way," end quote. Attitude is critical, and it determines the choices we make and largely how we are able to live with those choices. Consider the absolute freedom in choosing your attitude. You alone make this choice and bear the responsibility for it. Wait a minute, you say. I don't want to hear your platitudes. What about the career I prepared for most of my life? What about the sacrifices my family made for lessons and an expensive instrument? What about the changes that will happen and those that will not happen to the post-COVID music profession? What about not having a chance for a professional life in music because of bias toward my ethnicity? How can there be any hope of recovery when I have been robbed of expectations, dreams, and experiences that were my promise from Yale, from YSM, and from ISM? How dare you suggest that attitude counts when the crushing disappointments of these past 3 semesters blinded me with grief and loneliness so that not even the music I love could comfort me? You ask me honest, valid questions that reveal the depth of your anguished pain. So, I would say first that I too am angry that we were being assaulted by so many highly charged emotional and societal issues simultaneously, and that all of our lives have been radically disrupted and changed. By all, I mean students, faculty, staff, alumni, your families, everyone. And I remind myself and each of you that these recoveries and reckonings are ongoing. We all grieve for what has happened. But more importantly, we grieve for what has not happened since March 6. 2020. For many of us, the incalculable personal and professional losses extinguish the light in our hearts, minds, and souls, creating a cave-like darkness that is still and suffocating. And that is the very moment for us to ask, what now? Instead of, why is this happening to me? The freedom to choose our attitude is the decision to live as a survivor or to exist as a victim. To exist as a victim of a pandemic, a presidential election, or the hatred of woefully ignorant people is a choice to imprison your mind, and there the solitary confinement is unimaginable. We cannot change the past, nor can we predict with laser-like accuracy the future. But the present is our moment to live with courage, to change reality for ourselves and others, and to discover who we truly are because of the dire circumstances that made our choices so important. There are many examples of our students, faculty, and staff who asked of themselves, what now? And then made choices that substantially improved our lives and the greater New Haven community. But one prescient example of a person who clearly understood the impact of owning and choosing your attitude toward any set of circumstances and the connections to emotional and physical wellness was Sister Ruth Fox. In the early and mid-1980s, Sister Ruth, a Benedictine nun, was the Catholic chaplain at Dickinson State College, now Dickinson University in North Dakota. As the story goes, she was attending a breakfast for some graduating seniors and was asked during the breakfast to give a blessing or a benediction at the end of the meal. Sister Ruth could not think of any prayer that seemed to fit this diverse audience. So she decided at that very moment to write her own and proceeded to do so. She later indicated that she had a co-author and that it was her Holy Spirit. Her attitude was to change something for the better in the present, a decision that certainly had some risk since her superiors had books of prayers and blessings that were sanctified for such occasions. She took responsibility for her decision. She took responsibility for her choice. As we emerge from this global catastrophe that took so many lives, as we speak and march in solidarity with our fellow beings who have been silenced, abused, and marginalized, and as we struggle to find our own paths, Sister Ruth's words of blessing and benediction to her students in 1985 resound with hope and a call to action. Hear them now. May God bless you with discomfort at easy answers, half-truths, and superficial relationships, so that you may live deep within your heart. May God bless you with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that you may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May God bless you with tears to shed for those who suffer pain, rejection, hunger, and war, so that you may reach out your hand to comfort them and turn their pain into joy. And may God bless you with enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in the world, so that you can do what others claim cannot be done to bring justice and kindness to all our children and the poor. What now? The choice is ours to make. Thank you. Earlier today, your degrees were conferred by Yale University President Peter Salovey. We will now recognize each of you by name for the awarding of your diplomas. The Doctor of Musical Arts degree reflects the highest academic and artistic standards of Yale and the professional world. Today, we recognize 5 individuals who have earned this distinction. At a time to be determined later, we will invite the doctoral students to return to campus and be hooded by their major professors. Deputy Dean Melvin Chin will read the names of the 5 graduates who have earned their DMA degrees, along with their citations.
Dae-hee Ahn. Violinist Dae-hee Ahn is a multi-talented musician who has appeared on stages across the United States and South Korea as a soloist, chamber musician, and orchestral player. She currently performs as a member of the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. Miss Ahn has been a prize winner in the Livingston Symphony Young Artist Competition and the May and Fletcher Fish Young Artist Competition, and has been named an ambassador of the Double Stop Foundation. She is a passionate educator and has taught as a guest lecturer at Rutgers University and has frequently taught and coached chamber music at the Bergen County Academies. She performs as the violinist of Duo Elim, a group that performs not only repertoire from the classical canon, but also their own transcription of hymns. Miss Ahn can be heard on 2 albums recently released by Duo Elim. Ethan Braun. Composer Ethan Braun makes music and sound installations for the concert hall and the stage. His music has been described as, quote, a diaphanous haze that drifts almost imperceptibly, a heady taste of pure weightlessness, by the New York Times. His music involves electronic media, acoustic instruments, video, and theater. Mr. Braun's works have been presented by such institutions as Carnegie Hall, the Los Angeles Philharmonic, Hebel am Ufer Theater in Berlin, Kampnagel in Hamburg, the Shed in New York City, and the Shanghai Symphony. Michael Gilbertson. The works of composer Michael Gilbertson have been described as, quote, a compelling fusion of new and ancient by the Philadelphia Inquirer. Mr. Gilbertson is the BMI composer in residence with the San Francisco Chamber Orchestra and a professor at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. He was a finalist for the 2018 Pulitzer Prize in Music, and his music has earned 5 Morton Gould Awards from ASCAP, a Charles Ives Scholarship from the American Academy of Arts and Letters, and a BMI Student Composer Award. His music can be heard in the 2006 documentary Rehearsing a Dream, which was nominated for an Academy Award. His published music includes choral and orchestral works. Nathan Reef. Nathan Reef joined the faculty of the Boston Conservatory at Berklee in 2017 and is an instructor of choral studies, where he teaches choral literature and conducts the Boston Conservatory Choir and Chorale. Alongside his work at the conservatory, he serves as resident conductor of the Harvard Glee Club and a voice teacher in the Holden Voice program at Harvard. Mr. Reef's work as a conductor has brought him before ensembles representing the broad diversity of the choral world, including the Young People's Chorus of New York City, the Yale Glee Club, and the Ann Arbor Cantata Singers. His scholarly projects focus on the intersection of polystylism and incrementalism in Alfred Schnittke's Concerto for Choir. Danielle Wiebe Burke. Danielle Wiebe Burke is principal violist of the Williamsburg Symphony, a member of the Second Movement Ensemble and the Vivier Chamber Players. She is a Sphinx competition alumnus and has served as principal viola at the Tanglewood Music Center and Music Academy of the West. Miss Wiebe Burke has premiered works by composers Michael Gilbertson and Tracy Rush as a featured guest artist, and can be heard on recordings of works by Ethan Braun, Hannah Lash, David Lang, and Ted Hearn. Her solo debut album, Bach for Viola, was released in 2020 and consists of the first 3 suites for accompanied cello, transcribed for viola.
We now recognize the 36 graduates who have earned their Master of Musical Arts degrees.
Amelia Bryn Merriman. Hey Sol Amy Her. Eleni E. Katz. Griffin McKay Botts. Kevin Lee Zatina. Kevin Chow. Poe Gur. Na-young Koo. Chung-ho Lee. Yun Liu. Aaron Christopher Tan. Roberto Chung Granados. Ryan Matthew Capozzo. Philip Robert Lopez. Julia Orosh. Matthew C. Peterson. Alireza Sayedi Tusi. Yoon Han. Samuel Caleb Walter. Megan Yip. Linda K. Dollimore. Anteo Martin Fabrice. Rihanna Lee Cockrell. Alexander Lee Longnecker. Ryan Tani. Arjun Ganguly. Mingkyung Lee. Alexander Ryan McLaughlin. Rebecca Benjamin. Beatrice Peju Xie. Yoon B. Kim. Pei Wen Liao. Kyung Ah Oh. Yebin So. Hannah Pauline Tarley. Hikaru Yonazaki.
We now recognize the 74 graduates who have earned the Master of Music degree.
Cameron Ross Cullen. David Lassila. Elise Marie Conti. Sumin Ha. Jillian Christine Han. Laurel Elizabeth Young Wellman. Juan Esteban Camilo Martinez. Claudia N. Sin Nam. Cesar A. Palacio. Mateen Assad Milan. Tamara Francis Snyder. Henry Bond. Olivia Josephine Martinez. Nathan Peebles. Kyle David Thompson. Connor David Giovanni Holland. Connor Robert Jenkinson. Brian Voles. Samuel Luis Anderson. William Karsetsky. Ryan James Murray. Michael James Fleming. Violetta Maria Nori. Yichen Feng, Derek Hartman, Salome Jordania, Jonathan Tsuhin Mak, Alexa Dorothea Stier, Seho Young, Kanako Koyama, Carolyn Ann Craig, Clara Gerdes, Richard Riley Gress, Ethan Mark Heyman, Abraham William Wallace, Mariam Haji Aligol, Emmanuel Jacob Lacopo, Marvin Wren, Nicole Grace Ho Young Lung, Martina Ardell Miskolid, Jonghyun Park, Shanae Lauren Anderson, Anne Sangun Cho, Michael Patrick Ferry, Elena Monica Kawazu, Carissa Ronia Lung, Anna Marguerite Lunis, Bing Yang Lee, Boyu Lee, Wei Jia, Harris Sho Bernstein, Charles Peter Galanti, I Ching Huang, Christopher Rogers Beadle, Emma Wernig, James Yoon, Hongli Diao, Jihyun Huang, Heiyan Lee, Miriam Liska Durandish, Atticus Samuel Mellor Goldman, Ziying Hu, Sojin Kim, Max Molpagano, Matthew Ryan Peralta, Zhenyuan Yao, Sumin Kim, Samantha Marie Wolf, Jim Davis Jr., Megan Marcia Vendetti Stoll, Maura Elizabeth Tuffy, Christopher R. Talbot, Andrea Brooke Walker.
And now we announce the school's Artist Diploma graduate.
Shimon Barnaba Naring,
We recognize 2 graduates in our Certificate of Performance program.
Wenfang Han, James Poe,
When the School of Music community gathers at convocation and commencement, we sing An die Musik together in celebration of and gratitude for the art form that claimed our hearts, minds, and indeed our lives. This year began without our traditional convocation celebration, a disappointment I feel even today, and I know that many of you share that sense of loss with me. One of you, feeling this emotion last September, acted on the impulse to shine a musical shard of light into the sky and affirm our gratitude for and commitment to music as a fundamental need in human life. We listened first to the heartfelt performance by Kate Arndt as she plays on Wall Street outside Sprague Memorial Hall. And then we hear our graduating voice students sing together Professor Richard Cross's English translation of An die Musik with collaborative artist and director of Yale Opera, Professor Gerald Martin Moore. Thank you, Kate, voice students, and Professor Moore. I want to offer my most heartfelt congratulations to our graduates today. And I want to acknowledge and thank our faculty and staff and our graduates' families and friends for the roles all of you have played in supporting these gifted young musicians. This has been a trying year, to say the least, and each of us has felt the heavy weight of anxiety and fear. But our graduating students have shown us what hope looks like and sounds like. You have taught us much through your lives and through your music, and for that, we will be forever grateful. In the days ahead, I pray that the words of Sister Ruth Fox go with us, guide us, and give us courage and wisdom to choose wisely, but with a little risk.